How can understanding about constraint make you a better online trainer? You probably have heard of this term 7 plus minus 2 pieces of information. Now what this means is that it refers to the pieces of information that we as individuals can effectively process cognitively. Now understanding that principle and understanding that concept, how does it help you to become a better online trainer? Here how it goes. When you want to think about content to put into your online course, there are 3 key aspects that you want to think about. The first aspect is what we call extraneous content. Now, extraneous content are basically irrelevant information that are included into the online course just to fluff it up, right? So for those of you who have attended webinars before, you would realize that some of the webinars are filled with extraneous content, probably with the aim to fatigue you so that by the time it kind of pushes you to sign up for an upsell, you will be so cognitively drained that you would just want to get it over and done with, right? So that is extraneous content. And what you want to do is you want to keep that to a minimal or even eliminate it altogether. The second type of content is what we call essential content. So for example, if you are conducting a course on LinkedIn, for example, about LinkedIn, right? What are some of the essential content that you must include in your online course? You definitely got to talk about your profile picture. You want to talk about your headline. You're going to talk about your profile summary. You also want to talk about how you connect with people, how you post content, how you use messaging, for example. Those are the essential ones. So these are the ones that you want to keep it to a minimal, to a certain extent that you want to make sure that it covers the baseline of it. It's like the 101 of all the content. But what do you particularly want to pay attention to are what we call generative content. Now, what are generative content? Generative content are content that gets your learner to think for themselves whether what is important and how could they leverage some of these tips, tools, and strategies that you are sharing with them. So to give you an example, a couple of months back, I attended a seminar by Eric Sim, an awesome LinkedIn connection that I had, and he shared with the participant this idea about you have connections and you have what he calls high quality connections. Now, what are high quality connections? High quality connections are effectively connections that are able to help you make connections with other people that you would want to get in touch with, right? So in that seminar itself, Eric actually got me thinking about, if I have this list of connection, which ones are just connections and which ones are my high quality connections? And so it gets you thinking about, how can I make sure that I attract or I'm able to have a core group of high quality connection and to maintain good relationship with them. So those are what we call generative content. So you want to make sure that you have sufficient generative content in your online course, because those are the ones that is going to get your learners to think deeper into the topic, and at the same time, this is what going to set you apart from most of the other online courses. Talk soon.